The part of the speech is going to be the movie. I didn't
Wo-
understand. Can you repeat that?
the part of the speech worth to watch the movie in English.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's beautiful. Beautiful. Come on, guys. You know? Anyway, very, very happy to
Yeah.
have you here. I'm very happy to hear that you are woke up. Let's start.
Okay.
Today, we are going to continue our practice that we were doing on Monday, which is on Tuesday, I think, which is a conversation about these characters that are always rich or always you know, full of richness and proud to be rich. And this is the perfect face to describe these people, right? Did you get to watch this video, Chris? Did you see the points that he was making in the video?
No, I didn't.
Then let's watch it together. Okay, it's 8 minutes long. Let's see how much information you can catch. Take notes if you want, and don't worry about. There is a little meme that is scary, but a little picture that is scary in a few seconds. Ignore it.
The Momo.
Yeah, Momo shows up for a moment.
Yes, yes, I remember.
But there is a reason. There is a reason it is shown. He mentions that he
Yes,
has a Momo face.
yes, yes, actually. Yes, I watched the video only once, but yes, I remember some parts.
Yes, and I was like, oh, whoa, what happened? I'm sorry for the scare. Ignore that. Okay? Let's check it out.
Smile like that old Momo creepy. This guy has a smile like that old Momo creepypasta picture, and he has been blowing up online because he's become a public spittoon for people to just spit in. He's like a 5-foot basketball hoop that people just can't help but dunk on. His name is NFT Nick.
They said Filecoin wasn't a buy at $5. They said D-Gods would get a $20,000 airdrop from Wormhole. They said Daniel Allegre is a great CEO. They said Bodogos isn't the top NFT project. Keep down. Look at us now.
This was his first video that really blew up because it really tingles something deep inside the soul of every viewer that just makes them want to bully him because it looks like he really needs it. He's just like a knuckle sandwich magnet, but verbally. So everyone said their piece about him being a turbo cringe loser, and that was that. He then made it his entire identity to continue this persona. I truly believe NFT Nick is just playing a character. I think this is all just rage bait. It's not real. I'm pretty sure he's just engagement farming because that's become so prevalent on Twitter since you can monetize your hit tweets now if you get a lot of engagement. So I think NFT Nick is just leaning into this to continue to try and farm that engagement, and it is working.
Yo, cheers to all the Twitter haters who said I don't own my Miami house. I'll have you know I had the staff load up my jet so I could fly out here to my New York City penthouse pied-à-terre. Anyways, while you're click-clacking on Twitter from your mom's basement, I'll be sitting here sipping from my $5,000 bottle of champagne. Remember, choose rich.
I threw you into the deep end of the pool here of NFT Nick lore, but I thought it was important so you could see his more modern attitude here, where he's leaning into like the extraordinarily wealthy douchebag angle. He got community noted because the bottle of wine he showcased is not actually $5,000, it's less than $85, and his whole personality, I think, is just fake on purpose to manufacture outrage and try and capitalize off it and make money from it, which I think is kind of pathetic, and I don't think it's worth it. Now, of course, I'm not fuckface's PR guy, I'm not his dad, I can't tell him how to live his life, but I don't think it's worth just being constantly humiliated by every single human being on the planet, because it's well known that Twitter engagements don't pay that well. You get pennies. You get less than pennies. You get fucking handfuls of dirt for millions of impressions. I don't know how much he made from all of this blatant engagement farming, but I have to imagine it wasn't a ton. Like, I bet he probably would have been able to make more money being a real birthday party clown as opposed to a Twitter NFT clown. It just doesn't seem like you're going to be making enough money for this to ever be worth the constant shame of this being your legacy.
I chose rich every time.
There's nothing more hilarious than a guy sitting next to "I chose rich every time" from a clearly rented house. He claims to own it, but his suitcase is right in the corner. So I guess he's going to struggle to explain that one, why he hasn't unpacked in his own house.
Coffeezilla was wrong there. He did not struggle to come up with an excuse. He said it was from his staff packing his bags about ready to go on his private jet. So he has been very much leaning into this and thriving off of the controversy. And he's far from the only one doing this shit. It's become the norm on Twitter now to either spam porn advertisements for OnlyFans through like those ad posts that they're constantly doing. If you've seen these leaks, you're not going to heaven. Anyone seen this full video? Who's got this video? The internet was so much better before this OnlyFans leak happened. All of that garbage. It's that and then blatant rage bait farming. That's the main content you see on Twitter now, because all of it is geared towards just monetizing this shit. And engagements right now are the easiest one, because you just post some incendiary remarks or just like really over the top statements and get people to dunk on you for it, to shit on you for it, and you make a little bit of money from that. And you just keep rinse and repeating that process. And I think that's the whole shtick behind NFT. Nick, make these posts, hope people keep insulting you so that way you can keep farming it. And I bet the happiest part of his day is when he gets notified that his post has been community noted, because then he gets follow-up content that has guaranteed eyes on it, because everyone wants to see how you defend yourself when you get community noted. And then he just doubles down on it again and gets community noted further and lets that cycle just continue, so he gets more and more impressions, which translates to more and more Twitter ad rev. That's my theory behind it. Though I guess it is entirely possible that he is genuinely just an insufferable asshole.
Yo, shout out to the Twitter people praying for my downfall while saying my champagne ain't real. Keep questioning my life while you cry into your TV dinner, and my chauffeur brings me to $3,000 high tea service at Baccarat. Choose rich.
This was his follow-up video to the previous one where he got community noted about the champagne. Community notes really came for his scalp there, triple fisting him, debunking like 3 of the things he said here. But again, all of it, I'm pretty sure he does on purpose. So first they point out that they never said the champagne was fake, then they also point out that what he said about Baccarat is incorrect, and then they also mention that you can see the reflection of an Uber driver in his glasses. So he's not being chauffeured around or anything like that. And this was his response to that community note. The community note haters are in disbelief. I own a fleet of Ubers, but the poors wouldn't understand that concept. Felipe is my personal driver. Choose rich. So he adopted the choose rich as his slogan now, which is a pretty cool slogan, up there with the Lucky Charms one. They're magically delicious. But I think this post makes it painfully obvious that this is all satirical. It's so over the top, so outrageous, it can be nothing other than on purpose. Like, this isn't someone that's genuinely trying to convince people of their wealth or anything like that. This isn't their real attitude. It's all just a character they're playing. And I think the motive is obviously rage baiting for engagement, because he's being as abrasive as possible. He's being a huge douchebag, and everyone feels compelled to make fun of someone like that. And he makes a little bit of money when they do. So I think that's his whole hustle here. But again, I can openly admit that I could be totally wrong. He could actually just be an insufferable, delusional asshole. I don't know. But one thing I know for certain is he doesn't own a fleet of Ubers, because that would be fucking nonsensical, and also, he does not have a driver named Felipe. Now, it's entirely possible that Nick has a friend named Felipe who comes over for sleepovers occasionally, and they both giggle and touch each other's G-spot whenever they see the word blockchain mentioned in headlines. That could be real. Felipe could actually exist in Nick's life, but he is not his driver.
That's pretty much it. What did you understand? What is the opinion of this guy over the character? Let me see how much you have. Let's begin with Chris.
Well, I think this guy thinks that this character is a liar
Correct.
because um, she he thinks that he truly don't get the money that he
Doesn't.
tells in
Truly
social
doesn't.
media. Sorry,
So-
can you repeat?
Oh, that he truly doesn't. Watch out because you
Oh.
said don't.
Okay, truly doesn't.
Yes. But continue. Truly doesn't what? Truly doesn't have the money, no? You said?
Yeah, he truly doesn't believe that he had all the money that he tells in social media.
Correct. Exactly. I'm gonna give you a word that he claims to have. To claim something is to say something that is true, but without evidence.
Okay,
You know, so he claims he has a lot of money on social media.
I have it.
Got it?
Yes.
And that's correct. That's totally correct. Is the action of well, the guy, his name is Charlie, and Charlie knows that he's lying, you know. Also, the other guy that appeared on the in the middle of the video when he was talking about some bags over here, this other guy agrees. He said, "Oh, it's going to be difficult to explain the bags in front of you." So precisely, it's difficult to see how he's lying. Now, why is he lying? What do you get, Chris?
Why?
Why is he lying?
Well, I would say that he is trying to show a life that is not of him.
But there's a reason. Probably you will need to hear again the reason why. Behind the reason, there is a lot of technical vocabulary about social media. So I didn't expect to have this vocabulary before. This is the point that we are going to attack in a moment. Okay, now let me
Okay.
see if Isaac knows the reason. Tell me about it, bro. What do you know?
Sorry, about what?
What's
The reason why
he
of
lies?
okay, to engage. I understand that it's something like to gain followers, no? It's
Nice.
a farm. I don't remember how says it, but it's like yes, it's to gain more followers and then generate is it gain? Yes, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
A gain from Twitter.
Yes. To gain a what? I thought you said gain the verb, but I think you said a different word.
Yeah, no, it's the same. No gain as a noun. Gain
Gain.
is when you are obtaining money.
Yes, yes, yes. To obtain. Okay. No, 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 no. As a
No
noun is earnings
earnings. Okay.
because
So, uh-huh.
gain is a verb.
Mm. Okay, so he's trying to gain follower to get earnings from Twitter.
There it is. He's trying to gain followers to get earnings from Twitter. Do you understand what is earnings, Chris?
Profits.
Do you understand what earnings means?
I think so. It refer to money.
In what way? Look at this. The money that you earn from the work that you do. So let's imagine that it's very similar to profit, but profit is more like for companies, and earnings is like for a personal thing.
His monthly income.
Exactly. Income and earnings are synonyms. So he's trying to obtain earnings from Twitter because now Twitter pay you for engagement.
Engagement.
This is not number one. It's not a marriage. It is a marketing name. And it's number three. Being involved with somebody or something or a social media account in an attempt to understand them or to understand it. So when people are involved with your topics, involved with your conversation, with your account, they know your work, they know your pictures and images online, you are creating engagement. And recently, X paying for engagement. X is paying for engagement. Now, even more people can get paid to post. We've lowered the eligibility threshold for ads revenue sharing from 15 million to 5 million impressions. Within the last 3 months, we've also lowered the minimum payout threshold from $50 to $10. Sign up for a premium subscription to get access. What do you understand in this text, or what vocabulary is new to you in this tweet, in this X post? I don't know how do you call it.
Is how do you pronounce threshold? Threshold?
Okay, pronunciation.
Yeah. But is the meaning like the involving parts?
Kinda. It's different.
I remember that I read it a few days ago. I don't remember where, but I remember I saw it.
It's a very common word, actually. It's a very common word when you are talking about business and, let's say, limits. I'll tell you in a moment. First, pronounce it.
Okay.
Try to pronounce it, Isaac.
Thresh,
Yes,
threshold, threshold,
exactly.
threshold,
Threshold.
threshold.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Threshold.
Threshold.
It was too confusing to me the first time I learned this word, because technically the S and the H have an independent sound. It's not
What?
together.
Oh,
The S is shush and the H is hold.
oh,
So
okay.
threshold.
Okay.
And the threshold is this level, the level at which something starts.
The level at which something starts to happen or have an effect. Okay. Okay.
You see? Look at this. I have a high pain threshold. Let's take an example. Let's imagine this person, the person who said this, is a woman after labor. After a labor, the pain that the woman can resist is massive because it's very difficult to deliver a baby. The pain is so insufferable that after that pain, the pain threshold is too high.
Okay.
So they resist pain wider, like in more level, in a higher level.
Okay, yeah.
That is a threshold. So it says here, we've lowered the eligibility threshold for ads revenue. We've lowered the eligibility threshold for ads revenue. Ads revenue sharing. What do you understand?
That the number was higher, and then they decided to decrease it.
Exactly. The number for what? What is it, this threshold we're talking about?
Mm, threshold, the eligibility, we lower the eligibility. Well, I'm understanding that you have to reach like a certain number, 15, I mean, are millions
Million
or
what?
of
50
sharings, no?
million? 50
No?
million
No, impressions.
impressions,
Like the,
exactly. And
is
watch
it like
out,
the reactions?
exactly similar to reactions, but kinda. Is people watching something. It's only the view.
Okay. Okay, okay. But that's why, for example, when you are watching a video, that then that there is an advertisement, no, first.
Correct, correct. What happens
Um,
with that?
that um, I don't know. I think that is if people try to watch your video and they watch the advertisement before your video this number of times, you will get paid.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
That is correct. So look at this. These are the impressions. 27.6 million for this.
Okay.
Mhm. It's not necessarily interacting with the post in any way.
Just read it.
They are,
Well,
can you, can you
just
repeat?
yes, just view it. Just read it.
Exactly. If you read it, that's an impression. So the
Just
original, sorry, can you repeat?
no, no. Yes. Okay. Please go ahead.
Well, the original eligibility for ads revenue sharing, which is ads revenue sharing. What do you understand with this? Now let's go with Chris. What is ads revenue sharing? Or what do you understand with it?
Ads revenue. Well, ads revenue share. Well, ads obviously is advertising. So revenue is like refresh, but
Revenue,
sharing ads revenue sharing.
okay, questions. What question do you have here?
Revenue share. I don't fully understand this part.
What part? Make it like break it. Break it into parts that you understand and you don't understand. The parts that you don't understand, I can help you.
The last part sharing.
Ah, okay. Actually, it's easier than you think. Share. What is to share?
It's to well share.
To what?
I don't have a synonym, but yeah, I know what is share.
If you don't have a synonym, give me a definition with words. Like when you share, you.
You well, for a definition with the word without using the word, you need a synonym.
Yeah, but if it's an A1 word, it's very difficult to find a synonym. It's better to describe it using phrases. How would you
Yeah,
explain the word share? Try to use your words. Use your vocabulary to
to
explain
give to get part of
Ah,
something.
to give part of something. Excellent definition. So let's imagine that X or Twitter gets the money from advertisers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I am Doritos and I pay Twitter, I pay X so they can post my commercial during the scroll. Right?
Okay.
X gives people with 5 million impressions the right to receive this ad revenue, to receive a portion of ad revenue.
Okay. So they make more easy to get part of that income.
Exactly. To get part of that income, as you say. They didn't make more easy, they make it easier. Watch out. Make it easier.
Oh, so, yeah, sorry.
Aha, watch out, eh? They made it easier for users to receive ad revenue sharing if you get 5 million impressions in your tweets. Anyway, 5 million impressions is something, like, yes, it's kind of something. I have never reached a single million in any of my videos. Never. So it's kind of hard to receive that. What drives impressions more than a person like this? Don't you think? So
Yeah.
what Charlie is saying is that this guy is only driving impressions for the sake of X revenue.
But
And you, sorry, Isaac.
sorry. Yes, but he said that it doesn't worth it, no? It's like you gain, how to say it? He said pence. How do you say?
Okay, watch out. We are in two problems. Number one, it's not worth it. Worth is an adjective.
It doesn't worth it. It doesn't. It,
Worth is not a verb. You cannot
okay,
use doesn't.
adjective. Worth.
Uh-huh. It,
It worth it.
verb to be.
It 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 is.
Yes,
It isn't really. It
it
sounds weird.
isn't.
Word.
And that's
It's,
the way we say it. It isn't worth it.
it isn't worth it because you don't have. I mean, you don't gain a lot of money, no?
Correct.
Something I just coach, sorry,
Got-
um, something about dust, no, but I didn't understand that the complete phrase.
You are correct. You don't understand something like what? I want to know what vocabulary you want to get.
No, I just hear something about dust, but I didn't
Dust.
understand the complete phrase.
Probably it was a joke.
Yeah,
It was not the vocabulary per se that from like the technical vocabulary from social media. Probably he was when you heard dust, probably you were hearing one of the jokes that he makes because that he's famous for being so sarcastic and so quick with ideas, you know. So don't worry in the word dust. I don't remember when he said that, honestly. I would need to watch the video again. But earlier you found a word, you heard the word farm,
yes, from
right? Let's check what the practice of farming is. According to the dictionary, we only have the definition of farming, which is the business of managing or working on a farm. We all know what is a farm, right?
yeah.
What do we do in a farm?
Uh, could we farm animals?
Can you repeat that?
Can we farm animals?
Animals.
Can you hear me?
That's the principal
Okay.
business of a farm, no? When you have animals, for what purpose? Why do you have animals in a farm?
Maybe to um, I don't know, maybe to sell them or to kill them, not to sacrifice them for food.
Exactly.
Oh,
Well, that was a very horrible way to say it.
yeah,
But let's say to
process.
exchange them, to process them.
Oh,
Exactly. You make food and you get your earnings.
yeah.
You make your money. Well, if you check that farming in social media is a very similar practice, but you are not farming with in the terms of food. You are farming in the terms of getting followers in the most in the most in the easiest way possible. Farming in live streaming, talking about social media, manipulating a particular group of your audience for donations or subscriptions. That is farming in the social media. And it's always talking about manipulation, which is always something, the art of manipulation is that you don't notice that they are manipulating you. Right? That makes total sense when we are talking about the word bait. Have you heard the word bait, Chris?
Yes.
Have you heard it in the terms of social media?
Just in YouTube videos.
What is bait?
It's a synonym of clickbait.
Uh-huh.
Well,
Yes.
it's actually clickbait is a word that is very common in YouTube.
Mhm. And what does clickbait mean?
I would say that it's like a trap.
Yes, I like it. It's a trap. Mhm. Do you know where the word come from?
Well, outside of social media, I have
Huh.
heard it in fishing.
Exactly, my friend. Fishing. Isaac, did you know what is bait? The same as Chris?
Yes, yes, I get it.
Well, farming, manipulation, and baiting are very close and connected. because you will be baiting people, and eventually you start farming an audience.
Okay.
The more you farm, the more money you get. Make sense?
Yeah.
Question. Isaac, what do you think about farming?
It isn't worth.
Word incomplete.
It
It
isn't
is
worth
word.
it.
It's perfect.
Isn't worth it because, well, I mean, it's something really difficult, no? Because you need to get like how much? I don't remember the number of impressions. I
5
think that
million.
it is something really difficult to reach. So you have two options, no? Maybe to do something great or something cool like this guy, no? But I think that the easiest way is this one. So that's why I think it isn't worth it.
Agreed. Totally agree with you. Mhm. It isn't worth it because we are like eventually living for that, and it's the money that you can get is very very tiny.
Yes, and especially because even if it is a character, you will know
And if
e- even if what? Even if it is only a character, people will know you based on that, no?
yes, totally correct. That's
Yeah.
the only way to get known. Mhm.
Yes.
Christian, what do you think about farming in social media?
Mm, well, but sorry. Well, I will say that can consider it can be considered like a job
Yes,
for some people.
agreed. So is that good or is that bad?
Mm, I think it depends on the content that you make or the way that you farming followers.
Farm, watch out. Farming is a noun, the verb is farm.
Farm
Mhm.
followers? Okay. Yeah, it
But
depends.
I think you need to use your concepts, because to farm is exclusively manipulating. So you said,
Exclusively.
I think, when you say, I think it depends on the way you farm, it's like, well, at the end, there's no other way. You are manipulating. I think you
Okay.
need to use a different verb.
So the way that you get followers?
Perfect. Get, gain, the verb of money.
Gain followers.
To obtain or win something, especially something that you need or want.
Okay.
It depends the way you gain followers, right?
Mm.
I agree with you. I want to hear more about what you have to say, Chris. But we have a moment with Yes, because she's in the chat. Yes.
Hello, Mr. Thank you. Thank you guys. I will get the name, please. This is Christian. Hello, Christian. Good night.
Hello. Mm.
Oh, thank you. And Isaac. Hello, Isaac. Good night.
Hello, good night.
Thank you, Isaac. And is there Silvana?
Not right now.
All right. Thank you, Isaac. So
Okay.
thank you, everyone. Have a good night and see you tomorrow. Have a good
Thank
rest.
you, my lady.
Bye.
You too. Bye.
Perfect. So it depends on the way you gain followers, Chris. Why? What is it? Tell me about it.
But because in my opinion, there are some media creators
Mhm.
that do like those, sorry, no,
Oh, that do
like
plural.
they do a good job,
Mhm.
and their content is useful for many people, or not useful, even can be an entertainment,
Mhm.
but in other cases, like in this case,
In what, in this case? Your microphone.
sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, but I couldn't understand you.
But in other cases, like in this case that we are saying, there are people that make content, dumb content.
Ah, okay.
Mhm.
What about them?
But in my opinion, that is the wrong way.
Okay. Mhm. Using the wrong content. Well,
Hmm.
that is totally true, and there's a lot of people who do that. In this particular case, like NFTs and crypto fans and this type of fans, they actually like to farm wherever they go. And there are other people who start like criticizing them and start telling their audience, hey, attention here, don't worry about it, don't ignore him, here is the proof that this guy doesn't have money, he's lying. Other people start like contrasting these big people. You have, for example, in Mexico, we have the case of the match. He is retired, of course. He doesn't make videos anymore. There was another guy who always was talking about how rich he was in TikTok and YouTube. He got arrested and he doesn't make videos anymore. So this type of people disappear, vanish very, very quickly. All their followers vanish too. They disappear very quickly. And all their money, all the income vanish too with them. So I agree with you. Anyway, today you learned something about why these people exist. And here is the reason. You know, we are going to read this article tomorrow talking about engagement bait, which now you can understand thanks to the conversation you had today. Do you have any question?
No, sure.
No.
My people, we finished for today. Have a wonderful night.
Okay.
See you later, guys.
Thank you.
See you tomorrow.
Bye. See you.